Hello my friends, welcome back. It's Nat Walsh for TLC Designs. I have I think it's a cute little card using Pixie, Poetic Pixie. We are using, I'm no doubt going to pronounce this wrong because, you know, words are hard. Avriel Oval, Land and Sea, and Aztec Sunshine Circle Die. They're the things that we're going to be using today. And of course, I'm colouring with my Copic markers. So we've got a normal skin tone going on here for me, which is E04, E11, E01, and E000. And we're just going to colour him up. He's actually showing a fair bit of skin, this little dude. So he's got what appears to be no shirt on, and he's just got his little trousers with what we were called suspenders, and I don't know whether that's an American term, but we call them suspenders, and he's pretty cute. So we're going to do up a little bit of a scene here. I'm also going to use some paper from the Creeping It Real digital paper pack. It's a slimline paper pack, but it's going to do really, really well here. It's just something nice, little cute little background for us. Next, we're going to play with his trousers and colour in his trousers. So with his trousers, we've got BV08, BV04, BV13, and BV02. I was going to have another one, but he's just really just fine. And my head's going to come in and out, but it's not going to really get in your way. So we're just trying to give him a little bit of definition, a little bit of darkness around the side. His cap and his wings are both going to be a combination of the same colors. So we've got for his hat E18, E09, YR18, YR68, YR16, and we're going down to a YR38 and then a YR35. So lots and lots of colours in that. His cap, we're going to do a little bit more of the darker tones. He's not going to have quite as much of the lighter colours, like in the centre there of his hat. We are going to keep it nice and light, whereas his wings, they're going to have a lot less of the darker color, just so we have a little bit of variation, a little bit of difference between the two color combinations. But I do like to repeat the colors. So phone is now on silent. What were we talking about? Yeah, they're going to have, I do like to repeat the colours in the design to have some sort of unity and some sort of flow into the design. And it just might be one bigger thing like his hat. And in this case, it's not. His wings aren't. In the scheme of the design, his wings are only little, but they're, you know, you've got this great big canvas there that is quite large, and the other, so in the scheme of things, this smaller, sort of a little bit smaller. And you can see there we've got a lot more of the lighter color coming up in his little wings. I don't know what they're called, but the pencil, you've got the little metal, it holds the eraser. It holds we call them rubbers, but it holds the erasers onto a little clampy thing. So for that, we've got C5, C3, and C1. The eraser itself, we're just going to use the C3 and the C1. And the pencil, I just kept it pretty plain and simple, just with a nice little red combination. And it's a little bit more muted, sort of that muted red. So with him, we've got R46, R35, and R05, which is going to be the same color combination that we're going to use later on. The wood is pretty much just my usual go-to. I try to keep it just the 3 colors in this one. We've got R37, 33, and 31. Now I wanted a little bit of a rainbow sort of panel. And it turned out quite nice, but we didn't quite get the red in there, but that's okay. That's okay. I quite like it. So we're going to use a mixture with the rainbows. I've sort of kept them roughly around the same level. So with the violet, we've got BV13 and we've got B14. Then we've got G14. We've got YR14. There's a theme. And Y15. Now, this is because they're all a similar level. They just, it makes it a bit easier. I find it makes it a bit easier for them to blend through, basically. So you keep them all roughly at the same time. So you could do a checkered pattern, like a, checkered pattern, like a tartan. Words are hard. I'm finding at the moment I'm coming across a lot of words with my work that I cannot pronounce. But anywho, we all have those words that we sort of have to stop, pause, and have a think about. So this is I digress. So we got the mushroom. So it's the same color combination that we had with our pencil. So we've got R46, the 35, and the 05. The grass and the little leaves that go along with this are going to be the same as our background. Now, I didn't really need to do too much with the background, but I like to make sure that my bases are all covered, basically. So with this particular one, the ground that we've got here, or the grasses that we've got here, we've got YG 67 and 63. Now in the panel that has our little pixie, we're going to go down to a YG 61. The mushroom stalks are going to be some warm greys. So I'm basically just using W3 and W1. Now I'm going to say here, not quite yet, but you'll see it. Do what I tell you, don't do what I do. For some reason, I put the mushrooms and everything down. I'm like, you twit, you haven't actually coloured or, highlighted the background, because currently at the moment, looking at that, he's got a white background, a white sky. And if you have been watching any of my videos, you know that I quite like to put just a tinge of blue, a tinge of something around it. So we're going to do something silly here. We're going to foam mount this all up, and then I'm going to trim off my edges. And then I'm going to go, you didn't do the sky. So I'm going to start with the BG02, but it's too bright. So we're going to change that around. So we've got B000 and B40s, just to give it a little hint of blueness around it. Now it's hard to see in the video, but trust me, in real life it does. So this is where we've got Avery ovals. I told you, words hard. And it's early in the morning here, and the brain to the mouth has not quite engaged. So we've got little leaves. They're going to be the same colours as what we had before with the YG 67 and 63. We're not worrying about going down to the 61. My little sun here is Y38, 35 and 32. Now we've got the both pieces cut out. I am still doing, I've done the centre. You don't need to do that. You can, if you wish, you can get away with that, and just because we've got the centre bit here that we're going to colour in, and then it's going to go on the top. But this made sure that I didn't have to worry. It's only a small piece, and I didn't have to worry that anything was going to be seen out from under it. I do like, as I said, the flow of it, we're just going to say that. The flow of being able to see underneath. If you look underneath my sun, you're still going to be seeing yellow. This piece of cardstock actually had a little bit of double-sided tape stuck on the back, which is really, really handy for sentiments. And like if you have fine sentiments or these fine little flowers, it makes it really, really handy to die cut them with all the double-sided tape on the back. Here in Australia, we don't have a lot of options for those, but any double-sided tape works beautifully. I'm just placing my little leaves here, there and everywhere. We ended up only using 5 of them. The sun and the clouds are from the Aztec Sunshine Circle. I'm using my Cool Greys, my C3 and C1 just to give a little bit of movement through the cloud, and then I'm going to come back in with my O and just soften everything down, because I'm not going to fuss with it too much. I just want a little bit of definition. We're using some tape, some tweezers and some foam tape just to raise my clouds up and give them a little bit of dimension. So the 2 bigger ones were going to be raised up, and the 3 smaller ones are going to be flat onto our card base. And we're just going to put our little clouds, our small little clouds, tucked in behind the other big ones. I've made sure that they're going off. It gives a feel that the card is still, the scene is still going, like in a photograph sort of thing. Your scene is still going. I was going to use the little birds out of the, which one was it? The Avery Oval. But then I decided to just have some little different, they're quite sort of they're not as simple as this one, and I just felt we needed a little bit of a plainer, just for a little something. This is a Creeping Real digital paper range, and that's my card. I'm not even going to put any bling on it. For me, that's just like, oh my goodness. So I hope you're well, take care, and I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.